Hi, Tea Society. Welcome back to the Antisocial Planet. Today we are checking out Layback Camp Season 2, Episode 12. I can feel getting to the end of the season. And again, I know there's more stuff. I know there's other things that I could be catching up on, but I just feel so cozy watching the series. But we're going to be doing birthday celebration stuff, I'm assuming, because we had a late night for some of us, early morning for some of the others. So excited to see where we get with these last couple of episodes. I'm sure it'll just be fun and cozy, and I'll get to see some scenic views. In 3, 2, 1, go. We're having a little flashback before we moved. We were talking about how she changed a lot, right? We did do something new. We solo camp sometimes. Cute. I do love the little like flashbacks where it's like, beginning of the season where we had like, what was it like for Arin when she first started? What was it like, where some of like Nadeshiko kind of flashback moments. I think that it's really fun to give some, little snippets of what happened, especially since we had the conversation in the last episode that was like Nadeshiko talking about how much she changed or like how things feel different now that she's part of the like friend dynamic of everyone, right? So I think it's so fun to have like a flashback specifically to her of what was going on, right when she was getting ready to move and everything and having to leave, her friend behind. We already met in this season. I think it's so fun how they like, slowly build block by block with the series. Ugh, I'm so looking forward to it. We've been told that we might be getting a driver's license so we can take the puppy with us on trips. And I take that as a promise that we will get more of the puppy, the main character of the series, in future episodes. We better. He has a little tent now. He's basically a solo camper all on his own. Where's that OVA? Fair. That was me every time I had to go to a sleepover. I love all of the like puns they make with Adin's name. Ugh, I love a fried egg over some rice. Yeah, just enjoy the vibes. Believe me, kids can eat. The times I've been taking care of like my friends' kids, and I'm like, how are you still eating snacks? It's honestly really cool. Again, I don't live anywhere near like volcanoes or anything, so it's something very like, I'd have to travel to go and see something like that. So I just think it's cool to think you'd be like walking around. It's like this island exists because of like volcanic ash. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what to take of that. I'm like, how much of it is a lie and how much of it is truth? I don't trust them anymore. I've done this though too, on like the eastern coast of Canada. There are places like you just can't get to unless the tide is right. She might need a break. Again, same though. They'd be like running around, be like, nah, I need a second. I need a second to sit down, catch my breath. Yeah, I'm worried that we're gonna face plant. Oh, poor darling. At least you're wearing sneakers. Yeah, I'm like, wouldn't it be cold? Y'all got boots? What, y'all don't got waterproof boots? Puppy. Missing our puppy. See, this is what I was saying. I'm like, I'm assuming there's a lie in the whole story. Uh-huh. Is that a comparison? Yep. Look, I was like, we already know they're liars. I will not be tricked. I was gonna say, one y'all have already walked through the water. Yeah, it's definitely not for this time of year, though. Yeah, that's the trick, is that you have to be in the right place when the tide changes. Well, not really a mystery. I mean, it's just the moon, but we don't need to go into the physics of why tides exist, do we? Like I'm a space nerd. You think I don't know moon facts? I love the apology for the lie. Yeah, bundle up. The dramatic voiceover. I love the way that it drastically shifted of like that's just how a moped works. I do enjoy just having like the scenic views. I'm a simple person. I mean, look at it. That's a cute way of describing it. I feel like I'm driving through the sky. I mean, beautiful. Again, we don't really have mountains where I am. I'm too close to sea level, I guess. I love how we even have the like overlay, the words. All I can think about is how cold it would be. Beautiful, but cold. I do kind of love how Mount Fuji is like a an honorary character in this whole series. It's like I don't know, like a home base in some ways. Or like an axis for the whole series. Yeah, I'm like it's gonna be a whole production. Distraction. Nah, she's already settled. Also, do you have to drive later? We have to drive now because of the birthday surprise production. Do we not realize that the only people going are like the people who have a birthday? Is it because we have to keep a secret? We feel the pressure. Tiny darling. I love that they were like totally aware of what was happening. Like I was saying, like, did we not figure it out? We're the only ones not there. I'm assuming another lie though, of being like, you have a really important role. It's cute that they were still like, it's gonna be a surprise of like what we're cooking and how we're gonna like set everything up. But they know it's their birthday. Cute. How much did y'all have to pay to get this song in here? Cute. I feel like I should be clapping along too. It's the cutest blowing up candles I've ever seen. I usually feel too much pressure. People are looking at me. I don't like my birthday though, so to be fair. I like it more now that I'm an adult and when people are like, you have to have a party, I'm like, no. I love how it's like from the outdoor store. I love how committed they are to this, like a hobby of the shared loved hobby. Though to be fair, I was recently gifted a frying pan and it's like a nice one. And I gotta tell you, I feel like a proper adult. I was excited. Cute. Just hope we don't have to drive early in the morning. Cute. Teamwork. I feel like if we're gonna have lobster, then it better be cooked well. Well, that's a disturbing image I didn't need. Cute. I love that we're like settled in. Their blanket and everything. She's trying, to be fair. Everything worked out fine. See, that's what I was saying. I'm like, I feel like we're getting to see these like incremental changes with the whole cast, which is really fun. Again, like one brick at a time. To be fair, I've also been enjoying watching a good sunrise. It happens late in the day. Like again, as I'm filming this, the sun hath not risen yet. It's Canada in the middle of winter. But it just means that I get to, you know, do a bunch of things that I want to do in the morning, and then I get to go and watch the sunrise. I love the no. It seemed like a good idea when I was awake. So many stairs. Poor Aki. Aki always struggling, being a representative of us all. Yeah, smart. Yep. That's how I deal with cold in Canada too. You gotta like fully bundle up. So the air is cold and it's dry, and if there is wind, Lord help you. We're gonna have to get a backstory about her mom also having a bike, right? That's gonna have to happen at some point. The crumb has been given to me. Yeah, I was gonna say, of course the disco is like, I know all the tricks. Oh, Aki. Bring her back to life. I also kind of love that like Arin is, I feel like more talkative when she's with like one-on-one with people, and then less talkative when there's more people around, which is like a subtle change in her character. But like very in line with someone who's introverted. They're so cute. Again, simple person. All I want is beautiful scenery and pretty lighting. And this series just like delivers every time. Yes, we were promised capybaras. Cute. I'm excited. I mean, a little bit sad, obviously, that we're getting to like the end of the season. And like I said, I know there's more stuff. Uh, like the live action version and like other episodes and things like that. But it's still an ending and it feels bittersweet. But I am being promised cute animals, so I better actually get to see them. I better not be part of the lie, because if that's a lie, I'm gonna be very heartbroken. I wasn't sold on the food lie. But if I am promised animals and it is not kept, I'm going to be very put out. I do think it's interesting though with the conversation we had with their teacher, like supervisor, I guess. Where it was like, oh, this is actually like fun to watch, you know, like my students like grow up and everything. And then having her sister, right, be like, uh, I don't like, you haven't faced any like actual challenges yet. And I'm like, true. That's the point of the series. The biggest challenge we had was that it was colder than we thought it was going to be and we weren't prepared. That was the most stressed I've been through this whole series. But like minor inconveniences is what I was promised. And I feel like we're going to stay in that pocket. But there better not actually be a problem. Okay? I don't think I could take it. Aw. I guess we're gonna be on Journey Home part of next episode too. I'm just loving this series so much. And like for all of us being like there's no plot, like I said in earlier episodes, I do love how they build up these blocks of story, right? Like it's not like there aren't connections between the episodes, even though, yeah, I don't think you need to watch previous episodes to like watch this one and get like the basic gist of what's going on. But I do love that we're just slowly building up on things, and even some of it where I'm like, oh, I think that's like foreshadowing that we're gonna have to get to something with that later on, like with Adin's mom being someone who had like a bike earlier in her life. I'm like, we got to see the photos at some point, even if it's just like a little throwaway comment at some point, or get like a side story where Adin and her mom go on on like a trip together or something. There's going to be something with that. Or in saying like, I'm going to get my driver's license, right? So I can travel around. Like all of those things are just building up on themselves and getting to this point where we get some like payoff on some of it, right? Even just the comment that we had earlier in the season of Rin saying finding comfort in like the loneliness, right? Like finding appreciation for loneliness. And sorry, there's a plow. The most Canada in the winter thing. There's a plow going by and distracted me. I'm gonna have to dig my way out of my own driveway this morning. We don't need to get into it. But having the comment from Arin earlier in the season of finding appreciation in loneliness, and then we have that sticking with Nadeshko for an episode or two, and then she decides to go on this solo camping trip. So all of these kind of little things building up on themselves that we get to see the growth of these characters, and that's the plot of it, right? The plot is like this group of people who have this common love for this like one specific hobby of like winter camping and like solo camping, and that is something that connects them together, but also is the way that they grow, but also help each other grow. And I think it's just such a nice little reprieve from the world. It's a nice little break for me from other like more intense series that I get to on the channel and just life. I feel like it makes me like a little bit more appreciative of some of the things going on, little moments of like food and sunrises and stuff like that. But I hope you enjoyed watching that along with me. You can click this playlist to go into my previous reactions, or you can subscribe so you don't miss the next time I post a laid back camp reaction, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.